Here's a guy that is starting to figure the game out.
I'm calling both games.
And here he is, having the time of his life.
That is a disgusting act.
Does he get both feet in right here at the end, Jim?
Let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride.
All right, we are back. Episode 10 of the Rumplemen. Can't believe we made it 10 episodes already. A little bit of a milestone. Your host, Steve, joined with Alex and Wink. Not sure what background Wink is going with right now, but I guess we'll get a little bit more later on in the episode.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I clinched, guys. I clinched the playoffs a week earlier with the 1 seed. So I got my guys here. They're real happy for me. So just wanted to let the viewers know we're back 7 straight, going for 2 in a row, and you know the guys love me. We're doing it. So thought we'd start it off on a nice positive note.
For people that don't know, he is referring to our fantasy football league.
I hate that.
How long did it take you to make that?
Oh, the guys put it together for me.
The guys, it's TJ and Nico put it together for you.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. That's good.
That was
I
pretty
hate
good.
it, but that's good.
Yeah, that was a good little surprise. Wait, did you claim the 1 seed or you just claimed the playoff spot?
No, I clinched the playoff spot, but we're back in the 1 seed right now, and I'm playing Drew, so I'm gonna.
So you should put a little asterisk next to claim because you didn't claim the 1 seed. You just currently are the 1 seed.
Well, I took claim of the 1 seed right now, and I clinched the playoff spot. I didn't say I clinched the 1 seed.
All right, semantics. All right,
Some teams are hoping for Wink's team in the playoffs, but
not me.
Not you.
You're hoping that you had my team in the playoffs? I would agree with that.
No, I hope like if I make it, I'm knocking on wood. I'm in 5th right now, so all I got to do is win, and I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just hoping to get Wink's team so we can shut them up. You know.
It's a lot of pressure you must be facing.
That's how we do. Lifetime playoff record against Wink 1-2 or 2-1.
Is it stressful?
Some people call me the Wink Slayer.
Is it stressful? Because me and the guys are really relaxed this week. We don't have much.
No, it's not stressful. If I see you in the playoffs, that's not stressful at all because I know it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a few weeks away because we're pretty much got that bye locked up.
Oh my god! Yeah,
here we go.
I'm not even going to get into how our last matchup was.
Anyway, let's just move on here. All right, so we're going to hop into the week 13 bets. As usual, we're going to have the worst person start off. So why don't Wink, you go ahead and but Wink is not the worst one this week, is he? I believe that honor.
You guys are just pulling out all the stops, huh?
That honor is to Alex,
up, and then it was just a play on me. Okay, I'll start it off. Screw it. I went. Oh, that's not good. I went 1-2. You know, and this is just an attribute to my subs. I could have easily said I went 2-1 because the video and the what we put out last week, it said I had the over in the Browns game. But
why did it say that?
I'm a man of my word, and I did take the under. I said the under, but the video, our editor must have been sleeping on the job at that point. Said I took the over, but
I wonder why the editor said that.
Yeah, I went 1-2. I hit what I hit.
The 49ers.
I hit the 49ers. Yeah, -2.5. That line made no sense, right? And it happened.
You said it. You called it. You called that.
It. Yep. But didn't call the Broncos-Houston game. That I think the total points in that game was 25. And then the Browns game, the Stafford just decided to light them up and come back. So went 1-2, and then wasn't even close with my SYSTIAC.
All right. Short and sweet.
Yeah, well,
Wink.
My SYSTIAC was about as close as yours because George Kittle didn't do much the whole night. So we're gonna throw that one out the window. I mean, Desmond Ridder, what can you say about the guy? He just wins. He's a winner. He wins ball games. More to come on that later in the show. So I hit that line
Hold up. I'm going to stop you there.
What?
Because the only reason why he scored a touchdown is because Dalvin Cook fumbled it on their own 20-yard line.
That's okay. You got to capitalize.
That's the only oh, okay. He didn't do anything all game until Cook fumbled it in his own zone. Why is he out there? The guy sucks and is washed.
Who's leading that division?
The Falcons.
I mean, that's not
Heineke,
saying much.
Because of Heineke.
That's a division-leading quarterback right there.
Because of Heineke.
There's only 8 of those in football, so
Yeah.
that's a stat for you. Colts Titans, I said over 42.5, and they flew over that. I didn't really know why I picked that. I just had a feeling, and there was a lot of scoring in that game. And then the stupid Eagles Niners game, which I lost a lot of money on in real life because the Eagles suck. That was the last one. So good week, 2-1 progress. Things went well last week on all fronts. Over to you, Steve.
Yeah, so I had a pretty good week. I'm not gonna lie, people were starting to murmur coming into this week. The past couple of weeks I was good. I went 1-2. They were saying he may have lost his touch, may have not been as good as what he was at the beginning. Actually, I kind of sucked at the beginning too, but anyway, 3-0 in the week. Rams, Ravens, or where are we at? Nope. Cardinals, Steelers under 41.5. That was the only one I got a little nervous about watching that game. Falcons, Jets under 34, easy. Bengals, Jags over 38. Was not expecting the Bengals to pull out that win or to be that good, but hit nonetheless. And of course, we have our second SYSTIAC hit of the year. I don't know how this one hits, but it did. I don't have my SYSTIAC hat, so I got nothing special to say about it. I am going to get one made, so when my next one hits,
What?
it will be there.
Yeah,
What?
before we hopped on, you said, hold on, I forgot my SYSTIAC hat.
No. I said before I hopped on, I said I couldn't find my SYSTIAC hat.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Wait, so do you have a SYSTIAC hat or not?
I did. It's somewhere in my house. I just cannot find it. It's been like buried in my closet for the past years.
We really appreciate the time you put into this podcast, Steve. Really do, man.
Anyway, so the turnover SYSTIAC was a moneymaker.
Knowing you, your SYSTIAC hat was probably like an Orioles hat.
No, it was like
this
one of those.
This is my SYSTIAC hat, guys.
It's just a white hat that says Steve on it.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find like what it looked like. It was like one of those like turkey leg hats on like Thanksgiving. Yeah, like this.
Gotta give it to him though. He did hit it. It was plus 1915.
He swept. He did all of his.
Or this. That was my SYSTIAc hat.
That would have been nice, but we wanted to see it on your head.
It's somewhere in my house. I just have to find it. But we're gonna hit again this week for it. So I'm not too worried. I'll definitely pull it out.
Actually, part of my SYSTIAC bet was the Patriots +6, and they covered without scoring a point.
Well, they pushed.
They pushed, but the line did creep up to +6.5 right before the game, and I was trying to find something out there being like, when was the last time somebody scored 0 points and covered the spread? Because I'm sure it hasn't happened almost ever.
I had that spread at -5.5 in my parlay, and it was like the worst betting experience of my life. Like keeping track of that game, I was losing my mind.
That'd be the worst game to watch just altogether.
But yeah, I wanted
to even watch it, honestly.
Miserable.
But
I was hearing that there were a ton of drops, so it wasn't Herbert's fault.
Yeah, never
Herbert's
fault.
Top 5 quarterback.
Moving on to our questions and topics of the week. So we're going to jump right into it. The Packers, the Green Bay Packers. Ever since the Give Us Love Thanksgiving game, the Packers have been on a hot streak, winning 3 straight games. Most recent one, Jordan Love outplayed Patrick Mahomes in prime time. I'm going to let Wink take this one off first, since the Chiefs were the most recent victim of the now unstoppable Packers.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk for too long on this because everyone heard my rant 2 weeks ago, and it's just going to be the same thing again on the Chiefs front. But
Oh, they played the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Did they win?
The Packers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiefs?
The
No, they
Packers won?
didn't. Chiefs lost, yeah. Jordan Love outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
Wow. I wouldn't guess that.
crazy when you have people that can get a yard of separation and catch the football. Anyways, Jordan Love did look good. I think the Chiefs defense looked especially bad because we were down both of our defensive play callers. Nick Bolton's been hurt for a while now. And then Drew Tranquil got injured like 5 plays into the game. So we were on our third string linebacker trying to coordinate the defense, and it just wasn't working. But they have looked good. Love seems like a lot more confident and calm. He's not as crazy forcing bad throws, and it was sort of the same thing, which we'll talk about later with the Bengals. I feel like with some of these guys, if you just start to make the game a little bit easier and don't ask them to, run play action, get running game going, that's when some of these younger quarterbacks can be more successful. So I thought they outplayed us that pretty much that whole game. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say they got lucky or anything like that. But as far as like them being contenders, I don't think they're there yet. They're a super young team. They're gonna have to get some experience.
Do you think that they'll make the playoffs this year, though?
Probably. Like,
I mean, they're the 7th seed right now. So
yeah. Like, I mean, I think if they play the Eagles in the first round of the playoffs, they're going to get blown out. But I could see them sneaking in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say too much about it. Yeah, to Wing's point, I think Jordan Love does seem a little bit more confident these past couple weeks. I mean, these past 3 weeks, he's thrown like almost 300 yards a game or something like that, maybe a little over, and multiple touchdowns, no interceptions. So he's not turning the ball over. They're moving the ball down the field, passing, and they're just kind of playing complimentary football all the way around.
You know what I don't understand is how Kelsey has been so good throughout his entire career. Because if you watch him play, he's not fast. He's not quick. He's none of the above, but the guy puts up 1,000-yard receiving years like it's nothing.
So,
and he says to me, if you have a somewhat mobile linebacker and you just shadow him, I promise you that he's probably not going to do well that game.
So I think it's a few things. He's definitely faster than he looks. Like he looks slow. He looks slow, but he's really
But
not.
when he's running routes, he's not fast running routes.
He's not like a fast tight end, but he's not slow either.
And like all his catches, like he's not like catching the move. He's just like sitting down in like an open zone.
Button hook.
It's like a more athletic Jason Witten, basically. Like there's guys that just
saying much. That's a horrible comparison.
Why? Jason Witten was like
Jason Witten was probably the least athletic tight end I've ever watched.
But my point is, Jason Witten was probably the best tight end at getting open and find. Like that was always the joke with Jason Witten is it was like this guy is so slow. How is he always open? And Kelsey's the same way, but he's just like he's not fast, but he's faster.
Right, but I mean, Witten, he was a good tight end back in the day. He was nowhere near what Kelsey has done throughout his career, though.
Yeah, but he was also playing with Romo, not Mahomes, for most of his career. And the other thing,
okay,
Kelsey,
don't bring Romo into this. I don't want to hear any Romo slander. The guy was a good quarterback.
He's fine. He's not Mahomes though.
He was a decent regular season quarterback.
But Kelsey hasn't had Mahomes his entire career
for a good chunk of it. Like I mean, he had what 4 years with Alex Smith. And then
Matt Castle.
He's had 5, 6 now with Mahomes.
That guy's a stud.
I mean,
I don't understand it because I feel like you can send a spy on him all game, and you could, especially with the way their Chiefs receivers are looking.
They're trying to do that. That's why he's not having the season he's had the last few years. But it's a lot easier said than done. Like the guy's a giant too. And linebackers aren't tall guys. So if he's running a slant, you throw it up high, a linebacker is going to have a hard time. It's like it's the classic like debate: do you guard a tight end with a safety or a linebacker? Because a linebacker is going to be a lot more physical, but they're not going to have that, ability to get up and deflect the pass. But a safety is going to get bodied.
Did you see him running that route for the Hail Mary?
Yeah.
He just looked like a defeated man. Salt jogging down the field.
He's definitely, because he's taking a lot more plays off too. Like, I think he's definitely feeling it a little bit more this year.
Absolutely, because he got to the end zone and he got about that high off the ground. Jumping for the ball. I'm like, oh God.
Like every time he makes the catch now, you just see him like get up, like he just like slowly hobbles off to the sideline.
Might be the Swift effect, dude.
Well, it says it last night was the first game that they lost that Taylor Swift has attended.
Yeah.
They were 4-0 going into that.
Swift effect.
That should put an end to all the stupid Taylor Swift talk. Either way.
So the next topic we want to talk about, the primetime game last night, Monday Night Football, Bengals versus Jaguars. I don't think anyone was really expecting the Bengals to win that game, or let alone be in it the entire time. Surprisingly, Jake Browning was looking pretty well for being a backup. What's your guys' take on him? Do you think he's going to be able to lead the Bengals to the playoffs this year, or are they kind of like
I'm praying for
one and
it.
done?
I'm praying for it. I'm praying that if Browning can be 3/4 Burrow, then I am very happy.
Is that just because you have Jamar Chase in fantasy?
Yes.
That is absolutely the reason why. I have a very biased opinion on this. He actually looked good. I had no faith in him when Burrow went down, and was looking to trade him to anybody who would take him for like somewhat of a back end wide receiver one. But I'm kind of glad that nobody jumped on it, because he did look good and he had 14 targets last night. So, yeah, I think he looks good.
Yeah, I mean, he played well yesterday, but like when you go like 32 for 37 and like you only throw for one touchdown, it's almost like they developed the game plan, just be like dink and dunk these little check down short route passes, and they were able to just get yards out of the catch. I don't know if that's really a formula that you can use to win games.
No, that's for the 49ers.
I mean,
they have amazing athletes that can get yards after the catch.
I mean, Chase is it?
Jamar Chase can do it, but I mean, the 49ers have Deebo Samuel, Ayuk, CMC now. They had,
I'm not
like they have multiple people that could do it. You're not going to dump it down to Irvin Smith Jr. and have him break off 50 yards.
You want to hear something funny about that too? Brock Purdy leads the league in air yards per attempt,
which makes no sense to me. I don't get that.
So I think there's like a misconception with that team. They do get a lot of yards after catch, but their guys are also like super fast and really good at getting open. So I think they're throwing the ball like downfield, but they're just breaking off big plays after that.
I mean, you saw when they got into the red zone last night, any Joe Mixon owner loved it because they would just hand the ball off and then run it in, but they had like zero faith in him to throw a pass in that goal line situation.
I mean, when you're having success on the goal line.
Yeah, I don't like that argument. Like him going 32 for 37, 300 something yards. Like as long as the team's scoring touchdowns, it doesn't matter if you pass or throw it. Like if they were stalling in the red zone and he had those stats, then that's one thing. But
he had a rushing touchdown too.
Yeah, he did.
So he contributed to 4 touchdowns, if you think about it.
No,
it's not like,
I guess so.
It's not like they just popped up there and then they ran the ball in. They had to drive the ball down the field. And I just think time to chase. Oh, I loved it.
If they get down 2 points, or not 2 points, but 2 scores, like down 14 points in any game, I have a hard time seeing them be able to make that comeback.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I agree with that.
But that being said, I'm not buying them at all. I think the Jags looked at their game against the Steelers last week and saw them score 10 points, and they were thinking they're going to run the ball, and the Bengals kind of countered that with, we're going to, let him loose and let him throw the ball, and they weren't ready for that game plan. I think a lot of times people overreact from one game from a backup quarterback. Like we just saw it with Dobbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The last 3 weeks. People were like, oh, the Vikings might actually still have a chance at contending, and now he's basically benched. So
we don't need them to be that good though, Wink. 3/4 bro. 3/4 bro. That's what, God, I can't say that. 3/4 Burrow.
Yeah,
And-
I'm
was
not,
there any
I'm not there
update on Trevor Lawrence? Like what actually happened?
High
It was
ankle sprain.
high ankle. Yeah, they said he's
I mean, they haven't ruled him out for next week.
yeah, they said he's going to try to play.
I mean, they probably tape it up.
A high doesn't that usually take like 2 to 4 weeks?
That's what
Yeah.
That's what
I mean-
Mahomes had last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, it takes like 3 weeks, especially like if you're want to have any kind of ability to really
Yeah,
drive off
so
that foot.
because I read about this so much last year during the playoffs, but basically it's a pain tolerance thing. Like there's no risk of like doing anything further to your ankle, but it like hurts like crazy to play on, like to the point where you can't really walk. So
Okay, and I'm proposing something. This is something new that I just thought about today. I'm proposing something because I got screwed by this last night. Okay, to fill
I know what you're
fill
gonna
the
say.
subs in on my bet. Everything hit. I had like a 6-7 leg bet that hit, but I had Christian Kirk over 50 yards receiving. Catches a pass 26 yards down the field, goes down on the first play, which is ridiculous. Wink, would you do this? Because Steve doesn't really bet that much. If you had a 25%, like if you had insurance, you can buy insurance for your parlay. And if your player goes down in the first half, which you have the over with, would you pay like a 25% insurance on the bet that you made?
Sounds awfully similar to blackjack insurance, and I never buy blackjack insurance.
But you would do it for this though.
It would probably depend on how big the parlay was. If it's like a 6 or 7 leg parlay, maybe. If it was like a 3 leg parlay, I probably wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it. Okay. I think I would do it every time because I always get screwed by that shit.
I'm weird about like payout amounts with parlays though. Like I have to get it to like if I'm looking to make a certain amount, if I'm like I want to make $500 off this, then I like if it's like 490, I'm like I gotta add another leg. I can't. It's gotta be over 500.
And then it shoots up to 720.
Well, we're gonna move into our last topic. This will be a real quick one.
Oh, we're going into this. Okay.
So, in our fantasy league, there's been some talks between several people that there's some lucky players and there's some unlucky players in this league. And Alex is on the strong opinion that Wink may be the most luckiest fantasy player that there's ever been.
You looking at your guys.
Yeah, he's trying to talk to his guys.
We're just having a laugh at that. Keep going.
I hate
So-
you.
So yeah, Alex can take this one away. He has the strong opinion here. He has the stats to back it up.
Obviously, the fantasy is mostly luck. Can we all agree with that?
Sure.
Yes.
Will we say that fantasy is about 75 to 80% luck?
When it's head-to-head matchups, yes.
Okay. Now, Wink has been in, I think, a top 4 for the past 5 to 6 years. He might have had a year in there where he was 6th or 5th, but usually he's around that area. Now, and he won't admit that he's lucky.
So I agree with you that it's mostly luck, but there's also skill. There's a bit of it that's skill. Making the playoffs 7 straight years,
Is lucky.
That come on. That's
I would not say that's lucky.
there's something there.
Steve, you're such a wishy-washy person when it comes to any argument.
No, I'm unbiased. That's what
you
it
guys
is.
can't agree that fantasy is 75% to 80% luck and not admit that you're lucky when you make it to the playoffs 7 straight years.
Well, see, you can say like 1 year, like yeah, you got really lucky, but you're gonna say he got lucky 7 years straight to make the playoffs because the top 6 teams make the playoffs. So that would mean half the league is lucky.
All I gotta say is, if we were to swap schedules,
5
I
and
would
8.
be in the playoffs right now between me and Wink. If we swap schedules, I would be in the playoffs and he would be out.
We already did this.
5 and
You
8.
can't tell me that's not lucky.
5 and 8.
I looked at if both of us played everyone in the league.
That
and I
doesn't
had a
matter.
better
We're talking
record.
about me and you, Wink. Me and you.
Well,
Mono y mono.
If we're talking about the skill part of it, that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about the luck part of it. I'm talking
Yes.
about the skill part
And
of it.
would you say that I'm unlucky then?
This year?
Yes. And even last year.
I think this year you're about where you should be for your record. I think I do.
Wink, you would be 5 and 8 with my schedule. 5 and 8. What? Why? What does that not translate into your brain?
But if you played Steve's schedule, you'd be what 6-7. So like,
I think I'd be the same. I think I'd be the same record.
no, you were 6-7. I looked it up earlier today.
Okay, sure. I'd be 1 win off. If
So
you
I'm the
had
most
schedule,
unluckiest
you would
then.
be 4 wins off.
That's what I'm saying. But maybe if I played Steve's schedule, I'd be 7-6. Like,
But we're talking about me and you.
but
Wayne,
you can't talk
because
about luck when it's.
I guarantee, like I feel like this is a league between me and you. Okay. And if you had my schedule, you would be 5-8. I rest my case on it.
I bet that everyone feels like it's a league between them and me because
No,
No.
not at all, dude. Not at all. I've looked at it. Okay. And every other year I make the championship. And guess what? We didn't make the championship last year, boys.
wait, oh, you're trying to say that you're going to make the championship this year?
I'm not trying
what?
to say it. That's just what the stats show.
Yeah.
That's not going to
Well,
happen. We're going back to back.
It's what they show. Okay.
I want to touch on one
Again, 2-1, Wing Slayer.
I want to touch on one other thing, and
Last thing.
this is something that I feel very strongly about, and I think it's something we really need to talk about, and that's
You
reverse.
bring up Ritter, Nico Collins, or Hawkinson,
Yep.
you're going to be muted.
It's reverse jinx etiquette. Now, I think we can all agree this is something that needs to be discussed because we all do it, and there's an appropriate time to do it, and there's a not an appropriate time to do it, and if you do it, you need to be able to own up to it when it doesn't work. And not lie about it, first of all, because that happened. And what I'm referring to is Steve sent me and Steve played in fantasy this week. He sent me a message maybe an hour into the 4 o'clock games saying,
Hour and a half into the 4 o'clock games.
what was that?
An hour and a half into the 4 o'clock games.
I don't think the first one was that far in.
Those are about 5:30-ish.
I think it was like 5:20. Anyways, saying good win, blah, 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 blah. Then
I see nothing wrong with that. It's just congratulations.
Yeah, I'm congratulating him on a good win.
So then 30 minutes later, he texts me again, says
30, it was like 10 minutes later.
says Amari Cooper got hurt. I'm definitely done. Good win. So I'm like, I'm not answering him because
Is that fact or is that
what?
was that a fact that Amari Cooper got hurt and he's definitely not going to win?
At that point, yeah.
So not reverse jinx, just
Okay, keep going.
simply
Keep going.
congratulating.
The second
Sorry.
text, no, see, here's my problem. If you had sent that text at the second point when Amari Cooper got hurt, I would have been like, okay, he's being genuine. But you sent it the first before he got hurt. We both had so many players playing. You sent it. You knew exactly what you were doing. And then when I didn't answer you and called you out on it, you said, no, that's not what I did. You said, I didn't try to reverse jinx you. And I know that's what you were trying to do.
How was I going to try and reverse jinx you when I literally had my best player, Keenan Allen, in a 6-0 barn burner, put up 8 points for me?
Because it was an hour into the game. It was still the second quarter.
You saw how that game was
Can I
going.
comment on this as a bystander? Because obviously you two are going to have your opinions of favoring yourselves. I thought it was an innocent gesture.
Yeah.
I'm sure you did.
Exactly.
I thought it
I'm
was.
sure you did.
Yeah.
He was congratulating his opponent, right?
Mhm.
Great win, Wink. I mean, that's sportsmanship. That's
Yeah.
what we teach in our youth leagues, right?
I have 2 ways you can go about this. You can reverse jinx, and then you can say, yeah, I tried, it didn't work. And I'd be like, you know what, fair enough. You got to give it a go. Or you can be genuine and you have to do it at the right time. And that was too early, and you know it, and you know what you were trying to do.
The fact that you beat me by like 50 points, like I knew it was over.
I'm not going to sit here.
You couldn't say that was too soon.
It was too soon. I think I was favored to win by like 10 at that point or something.
It was a bit early, Steve. I will admit that.
I see the future.
Not
No,
having
but
it.
I will never admit to a reverse jinx. I will complain my little tush off.
We need to be better.
Yeah, that I will not. It'll always be because I got unlucky. Always.
Well, yeah, because that's
Or at least you can admit
that's
that.
your MO.
So we're gonna hop into the nostalgic player. It's Wink's turn this week. I'll let him take it away and hopefully we can get it.
All right. I'm curious if you guys are. I think you might get this one, but I don't know. We'll see. All right. So, running back drafted by the Broncos in 2009. Played 5 years with Denver, 1 with Miami. He finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year and 2nd in Comeback Player of the Year in 2013.
Drafted by the Broncos in
What was the
2009.
Hmm?
You said drafted by the Broncos in 2009.
Yep.
Did he have a famous incident on the sidelines where like they were singing the Star Spangled Banner and he was like crying, and it was like the weirdest tears you've ever seen in your entire life?
Can't say.
What are you talking about?
You don't know who Sean Moreno is?
I know No Sean Moreno. That's what I was gonna say, but I've never heard of.
You never seen that?
No.
You have to look it up.
What was it was the comeback player? He won.
2nd in Comeback Player of the Year in 2013.
All right. So did No Sean have a big injury?
I want to say he messed his knee up, but I'm not sure if that was in college or that was in the pros.
I think it was in the pros. I slightly remember him going down with an injury.
I don't know if he played for the Dolphins though.
It might have been just like a backup
Mm.
type deal. Because that's right around his time. That's my first guess is No Sean.
There's no Sean. Wasn't it like Ronnie Hillman, or was he like after that?
He was before that, wasn't he?
No. So we have no Sean, Ronnie Hillman. Who else was some like Broncos running backs?
Melvin Gordon.
Yeah,
That's 2009.
There's Peyton Hillis, but he never played for the Browns.
I think it is No Sean, dude. Because that's a pretty, and I'm almost positive he had a knee injury, a bad knee injury.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think if there's any other Bronco running backs that I can think of. What year did he play for the Dolphins?
His last year was with the Dolphins.
Like 2015.
Okay.
That's a short career. Basically 5 years of relevancy. If he played his rookie, well, he was starting Rookie of the Year, so let's just do it, dude. No Sean.
All right. Going no Sean Moreno.
Damn it, you got it.
Dude,
I wanted to say
Rumple.
My original plan was CJ Anderson, but he had to play that last stupid year with the Panthers, and I knew you were going to say it.
Oh, dude.
When I said his name, I was like looking at Wink's face when I said the name to see if he gave away like any kind of tell. He gave like a little like little like smirk kind. I was like, oh, maybe.
Wait, is CJ Anderson, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, I thought you said Henderson.
CJ Anderson.
CJ Anderson, I like that guy, man. He was good. He got a raw deal.
Playing for
Man.
the Panthers.
Huh?
I said playing for the Panthers.
For the Broncos mainly, because the Panthers actually played him, but he got benched for who did he get benched for?
He got benched for
Melvin Gordon, right?
Ronnie Hillman was after him. Devontae
Ronnie
Booker
Hillman
was after him.
Okay.
Then CJ Anderson.
Wait, who was after CJ Anderson?
Or CJ Anderson. I'm just looking at leading rushers. He was leading rusher in 2014, then Hillman in 15, Booker in 16, and then Anderson again in 17.
Yeah, man, he got a raw deal. He was a good running back.
They had like Monte. Didn't they have Monte Ball in between there?
Monte Ball played for them, yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't play like a ton.
Wow.
Um,
Get wrecked. Get wrecked, Wink.
Dude, I was going to do Joik Bell. Would you guys have gotten mad at me if I
Yeah.
did Joik Bell? Yeah.
who's,
Okay.
who's that? Joik Bell.
Remember
Lions running
Joik
back.
Bell? The Lions running back, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, Alex would have known it. Wow. That would have been an
Joik
interesting one.
Bell.
You wouldn't have gotten it.
What year did he play Joik Bell?
Probably like 2007.
Wait, was that the guy that got like that?
I don't think it was that far back.
That had like the really he got hit and had the bad concussion
Right.
problem,
2010.
and he couldn't play anymore.
No, you're thinking of Javad Best.
Yeah, yep. From USC or whatever.
All right. We might have to cut that little bit out. Or just leave it in. I don't care.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the week 14 bets. I'll start it off. First game I am picking is the Rams Ravens going over 40 points. Hoping the Ravens offense shows up this week. I don't think the Rams looked too bad last week. I mean, it was the Browns, but I think they could each put up 20 points easily a piece. So I think 40 points is a good over.
All right. You know, we go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We're riding with this guy 2 weeks in a row. Falcons -2.5 versus Bucks. Division leading Falcons. Bucks have lost like how many games in a row now? They've been awful. I was looking at it because they were like
true colors, dude. I love how at the beginning of the year everybody's like, Baker's back, Baker's back. Nah, dude. That guy sucks.
well, yeah, I guess
Never a fan of Baker.
they did beat the Panthers this week, but they started the year off 3-1, and they've lost 6 of their last 8 since then. And the only teams they've beaten are the Titans and the Panthers. So I'm rolling with Desmond. -2.5.
Not bad.
My first one's gonna be Colts -1 at Bengals. I think everybody's gonna be hammering Bengals spread just because of what happened yesterday. And I think the Colts are a good team. I didn't realize that aren't they 5th in the playoff seed right now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, but that's just because they literally
They're fourth, right?
Sixth.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah.
Jags, that's right.
It's just because they win the division. If they weren't in that division, they wouldn't be in the playoff picture.
Nuh-uh. The Jaguars are winning the division.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, you're right. I forget. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Cut that out.
Yeah. clip that. But yeah, I think that's just going to be I think that line moves up to Bengals -1 real quick. So, which is, I should probably wait then.
Yeah, if you're taking the Colts, might as well wait till they get the the plus.
Now, give me Colts -1. You ride.
There's
All
a
right.
world where the AFC South gets 3 teams in the playoffs. That's kind of crazy.
Jaguars are good. Colts are good.
Texans are 7-5. Colts are 7-5.
Man.
Um,
Watch Stroud play, and I'm like, ugh, what could have been?
Speaking of that, it's so funny now, like seeing all like the reports pop up of how like everyone who took a quarterback in the first round was like, oh yeah, we really want to CJ Stroud, but so and so overrode our picks, so we couldn't pick him. It's like, no,
Dude.
you're literally just saying that because you see how good he is now, and you're like, you want to sound like you
They
saw
did this.
in the
They
beginning.
did the same stuff with Mahomes. Sean Payton was like, I was infatuated with Mahomes. It's like, shut up. No, you weren't.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. Lions Bears going over 40.5. Last time they played each other, it was like a 57-point game, I think it was. I don't see either of them slowing down. So yeah, over 40.5.
Vegas got you. They got you.
Whatever you say.
All right. I am taking a similar pick to last week. I'm going with the Colts over again. Colts at Bengals. The Colts score just a ton. And their defense isn't very good. The Bengals looked like they could move the ball on Monday. So I'm thinking that game's going to be like I think the Colts will win. I like Alex's pick, but I think it'll be like a 24-17 type game.
Wait, you like my pick?
I do. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna switch to Bengals.
Keep in mind, I was 2-1 last week.
No. I actually had that originally too, but I thought Colts -1 looked better than that. But yes, and then we are going to go back to the Eagles. Well, so kind of same reasoning where we're taking the short-term bias of the Eagles coming off of a blowout loss at home, going to the Cowboys, and they're getting 3.5 points. So give me them points. I'm going Eagles plus 3.5. Same reasoning.
I like it. I like that one. My final one, Bucks Falcons. I'm going over 39 points. This is just because it makes absolutely no sense why those points are that high. That should be an easy under, but
Okay.
I see it. They're saying it should be an easy under. I see it. I can see why they're saying that, but
Sharp
reversing that on it.
Sharp bet. Sharp
Exactly.
bet. The way you were going with that, I'm like, ooh, and then you hit it
Exactly.
with the, I'm
See,
like,
yeah.
I love it.
See, I got him. I got you. You're like, damn, why is he thinking this? Oh, he's thinking the opposite of what he's supposed to be thinking. That's how you win it. Another 3-0 week right there.
Can't bullshit a bullshitter.
My last line, this line, which is probably going to end up screwing me, but it doesn't make any sense to me. Broncos and Chargers under 44 points.
Not sharp.
The Broncos defense has been good now for 5-6 games in a row. I don't think they've allowed more than like 20, 22, 23 points in a game. And the Chargers just scored 6 points against like probably the worst team in the league. And they haven't been scoring well at all. So it really doesn't make sense to me. And I'm going to, instead of doing the cop out, bet the opposite of what I think, I'm gonna stand my ground and bet what I think is gonna happen. I don't think there's gonna be 44 points scored in that game.
I can't wait for the Chargers for 40 points up themselves.
It's worked out well for you this season, Wink. So
definitely 2-1 last week. 2-1.
I mean, Russ is cooking right now too. You don't want to bet against the Broncos.
The way you have to think about Chargers,
is he cooking?
Okay, is the other team going to score points? Do you think the Broncos are going to score points?
I don't think either of them are going to score points.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense because if you think the Broncos, like the Chargers are going to do whatever the other team does. If the other team doesn't score points, they're not scoring points.
No, I think that's going to be like a 17-13 game.
Okay, that makes sense. And then my last one, Jaguars at Browns. I'm taking -3 for the Browns. I don't believe Lawrence is playing. Jaguars have a good defense. Browns have a good defense.
You're taking Joe Flacco pretty much. That's what you're saying.
Flacco. He looked good.
He looked elite. He looked
elite for like one quarter and then just went completely downhill after that. But I have faith in him. -3 for the Browns. That's going against my reasoning for my other two picks. So we'll see how it plays out.
You gotta have one of those in there.
I'm all over the place, man.
You were giving me crap for doing that.
This is what betting for 10 years has done to me. I'm sorry, 9 years. I was legal.
Aren't you 30?
Wait, is it 18 or 21?
I mean, you live in a state.
I have no idea. But I mean, it was
either way, it would have been illegal.
Yeah, it was only illegal in the state like 2 years ago. So
No, we live in definitely a state that's been legal for a long time.
Yep, we have headquarters in Nevada.
Yeah, fake bets, fake bets.
So we're gonna move on to our SYSTIAC bets. These are the big one-game parlays, plus 500 odds or better.
I'll start it off. All right,
yeah. Never mind. Alex is gonna start off. He's feeling hot.
I'll start off. Yeah. All right, so we're going. This is rapid fire. Packers money line. Bills at Chiefs under 47.5. Panthers at Saints over 37.5. Rams -7 at Ravens. Lions at Bears under 40.5, and that gets you to plus 1697. Book it. And
so,
then
those might be good picks. They might not. I have no idea.
You will be seeing this next week, boys. You will be seeing this.
So just to clarify, so Alex doesn't have a cop out. You're saying Rams -7.
Plus seven. Sorry.
Okay. That's what I thought you meant to say.
So, no. Yeah, +7.
I'll say that would make that SYSTIAC like plus 5,000.
Man, my word.
That would have been so annoying if you didn't correct him and the Rams won by 7 and he had. Yeah.
I told you. I tried to tell you.
Actually, the
called
odds
it.
were
I seen it.
3,200.
I synced it. All right. So, like last week, I picked a category. I just ripped off a bunch of different picks. So I'm doing the same thing this week, except for this week, the category is longest touchdown scored. And this is just by either team, just the longest touchdown of the game is going to be this yardage. Texans, Jets, under 34.5 yards. Lions, Bears, under 37.5 yards. Panthers, Saints, under 36.5. Colts, Bengals, under 36.5. And Rams, Ravens, under 37.5. I have
might be the
absolutely
worst bet
Rock
I've
of
ever heard.
nonsense.
I have absolutely no idea how I'm gonna keep track of that live during the game. But
There's just zero reasoning for taking that bet.
it's a zero reasoning, but it
It's
it
absolute
looks
bet.
good. It sounds good. It's plus 2232. Gonna be a big one. I'm excited for it. I will say when I had the intercept or the turnover bet last week, it was the most annoying thing to have to go through each individual game and go and like see how many total turnovers there was, and they flip back and forth between them all. It kind of sucked, but
And how do you think this is gonna like fare? Because this is
awful.
way
It's
worse.
gonna be miserable. It's gonna and like yeah, it's just gonna be rough.
Yeah,
But
especially because you have unders in every one. Like all
No
one
breakaways.
big touchdown.
yeah, basically, I almost hope for no breakaway touchdowns,
Yeah.
no kick
Lot of
returns, no
rain
punt
this weekend,
returns.
boys. A lot of
But-
rain.
All right. Well, I'm going team total touchdown over unders. I have a 4-leg parlay this week. Colts over 2.5. Lions over 2.5. I think they're going to look better against the Bears this time. Chargers under 2.5 for my points from my last bets, and Cowboys under 2.5. I think, to Alex's point, I think the Eagles are going to look pretty good against the Cowboys this week. Cowboys struggled the first time they played. I think they're going to score two touchdowns, but not 3, and that's plus 1725.
Well, everyone, I'm not doing well this week. Wink agreed with 2 of my bets. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm doing one.
I don't see the Cowboys scoring under 3 touchdowns.
Well,
I kind of like that.
I don't see 5 games all having touchdowns scored over 36 yards, but here we are.
Well, you're looking good now, Steve. He doesn't like it.
Is that's just touchdowns, right? Not like any play.
No, that's longest touchdown.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean they can break away like a 60-yard pass and get down the 1-yard line. I would love that, but
Sure you would.
Such an
pure
absurd,
touchdowns.
such an absurd bet. If that hits, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
All right. Well, that pretty much does it for us this week. I believe it's Wink's turn to send us off with the Rumple, isn't it?
Is it my turn? I don't think it's
No, it's Steve's turn.
Is it?
Before
sorry.
you do that, do we want to discuss our new
Thing, the $1.
adventure? that we're-
Yes. Before we sign off, so we're coming up with a new little game that we're going to do over the weekends. Basically, we are all going to start with $1, and we are going to bet on whatever sports we like. That does not include NFL football, NBA basketball, or hockey. So we're talking some wild 1 a.m. Chinese ping pong tennis, some 10 o'clock in the morning, Counter-Strike, CSGO, video games, anything that is not a major league sport in the US.
Shout out
And-
to Astralis.
To that
Yep.
point, helpful hint. If we do this on FanDuel, you can watch. They have streams of like everything, like on the app. Like I've
DraftKings
watched.
does the same stuff.
Nah, DraftKings. I can't watch tennis on there.
Yeah. You should be able to.
I've never been able to.
God, that's so sad that we know that you can watch the night 1 a.m. tennis on
But-
sports
Mhm.
betting apps. That's so sad.
Yeah, so
Just
either
call-
way,
if you're watching this, we hate you.
we do hate you.
but yeah, so start with $1, make any bet you want, as many bets as you want throughout the weekend. Come back next week on Tuesday when we do filming. We'll see who's won the most money. And if you lost your $1, got to take a rumple to get that $1 back, and then
Way
you
to
can
get
go
it
again
on.
next week. So holla at your $1. Close it out.
I like it. All right, send us off with a rumple shot, Steve. Let me guess, you don't have it next to your desk.
Actually, I did bring one of these little guys down with me.
Wow, a mini.
Wait, so
But-
you
Hold on a
you brought
shot.
that down with you, but you were trying to say it was my turn to take it?
Well, I was just seeing if I could just get away with not having to do it.
He almost got away with it.
See, now that's how I know that he wasn't genuine when he sent that
He was genuine. He was genuine.
right there.
He was genuine.
Anyway, I can't show the front because we're not sponsored yet, and I know I
As
want
you just
to
showed
get
the front.
demonetized. But here we go. Now we can blur that out.
Okay. Let's go.
Ugh.
Bye. 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 Bye.
Love it.
Fine.
All right, and we're out. And Alex is on the strong opinion that Wink may be the most luckiest fantasy player that there's ever been.
You looking at your guy.
Yeah, he's trying to talk to his guys.
We're just having a laugh at that. Keep going.
I hate
So-
you.
So yeah,